At the edge of town, where the road curved into silence, stood a small animal shelter. Some days it buzzed with activity, while on others it seemed forgotten. Yet within its walls countless stories awaited to be told. In a quiet corner of the shelter, there was a dog named Charlie. In a quiet corner of the shelter there was Charlie. He wasn't the youngest nor the cutest. When visitors arrived, he didn't bark or wag with excitement. Instead, he simply watched. Quiet, still. His eyes, like old photographs, were faded but brimming with memories. In the quiet corners of the shelter, Charlie waited. Days turned into months, and months into years. 3 years had passed, but the staff stopped counting after 2. In the bustling corridors of the shelter, people walked by without a second glance. Charlie sat there, his eyes reflecting a deep sadness. He was too serious, too quiet, and too sad for most to notice. In a bustling shelter, they chose the puppies with wagging tails. Dogs that knew tricks and had tongues hanging out in joy. In the quiet corner of the shelter, Charlie sat alone. He wasn't angry, nor did he beg for attention. He simply waited, calm and patient, hoping for a brighter tomorrow. In the quiet corners of the shelter, Charlie's eyes told a story of hope and patience. He waited day after day, peering through the bars, lying down in his kennel, dreaming of a forever home. On a chilly winter afternoon, Emma stepped into the shelter. Her face was devoid of a smile, and she moved slowly, not rushing from cage to cage. She seemed weary, as if she had lost something precious, something she couldn't quite name. As she strolled through the shelter, her footsteps echoed softly against the cold, concrete floor. She paused momentarily in front of Charlie's kennel. For the first time in weeks, Charlie lifted his head. Their eyes met, and an unspoken bond formed between them. In the quiet corners of the shelter, a dog lay still. No wag, no bark, just a connection. In the quiet corners of the shelter, there's a dog named Charlie. He's a gentle soul, often found sitting quietly in his kennel. Charlie's been here for a while, waiting for his forever home. "Oh, I know that look," Emma whispered softly. "I've been waiting too." In that moment, no words were necessary. The bond was instant and undeniable. The very next day, she welcomed him into her home and into her heart. Charlie stepped into his new home with a quiet grace. He didn't dash around or leap onto the furniture. Instead, he found a cozy spot by the window and settled there, content. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Emma would settle into her favorite chair, a book in hand. Charlie, the shelter dog, would curl up beside her, his head resting on her lap. She read aloud, her voice a soothing melody. He listened intently, his eyes reflecting the warmth of her words. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, Charlie began to change. His once wary eyes softened, and his tail, once tucked, now wagged with cautious hope. When she walked through the door, his tail wagged furiously, a blur of joy. He began to shadow her, moving from room to room, never letting her out of his sight. One quiet night he barked just once. She couldn't help but laugh, a sound that had been absent from her life for months. One crisp morning, as the sun cast a golden hue over the shelter, Emma gently brushed Charlie's fur. Her fingers grazed something unusual beneath his collar. She carefully lifted it to reveal an old tag, worn and scratched, holding secrets of Charlie's past. She carefully cleaned the old dog tag, her fingers working meticulously. As the grime faded away, the name revealed itself. It wasn't Charlie. It was Max, a therapy dog. Emma stood in the doorway, her heart pounding. She couldn't believe her eyes. The realization hit her like a wave, leaving her frozen in place. She dialed the shelter's number, her heart pounding with anticipation. As the staff sifted through their records, a remarkable story unfolded. Before being dropped off anonymously, Charlie, once known as Max, had a noble past. He had worked in a children's hospital, offering comfort to sick kids, sitting by their bedsides and loving silently. Charlie was a healer. When he lost his home, he didn't despair. Instead, he waited patiently, knowing that another soul in need of healing would come along. In a quiet corner of the shelter, Charlie waited. His eyes, once filled with sorrow, now held a glimmer of hope. He didn't just find a home. He found someone broken like him. And quietly, with each wag of his tail and gentle nudge, he put her back together. That was the shelter's secret. Some dogs aren't just waiting for a home, they're waiting for you.